First Alert Weather Day.
A freeze warning for parts of southern Arizona makes this a First Alert Weather Day. Here's a live look outside at Tombstone. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Valerie Cavazos. 13 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Erin Christiansen is outside on the 13 News Plaza. So, you know, like we're in the 80s right now, but it takes a plunge.
Definitely. This is what I call the easy 80s. Really staying nice for the next couple of days. We have a big weather change on the way. But Valerie, that First Alert Weather Days, because some areas of our viewing audience will be under a freeze warning tomorrow morning, goes into effect 2 o'clock and will continue through 9. So here are the areas being impacted. It's primarily the Sulphur Springs Valley area, the Upper Gila River Valley area, basically east of Tucson. So sort of the lower elevations of the high elevations, meaning below 5,000 feet for portions of Greenlee, Graham, and Cochise counties. And this warning is because temperatures will dip anywhere from 29 to 34 degrees and stay there for several hours at a time, making these temps downright dangerous. So anticipate 30 degrees tomorrow morning in Wilcox, 33 in Benson, 45 Bisbee, but staying in the low 50s for the Tucson area. So before you go to bed tonight, make sure people and pets are indoors. Cover up those sensitive plants. Make sure those outdoor pipes are wrapped. And we'll talk about that round of weather whiplash that's on the way later this week coming up.
All right, see you in a bit. We go now to the government shutdown. It's All right, 13 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Erin Christiansen is back outside on the 13 News Plaza. That was kind of adorable. You know, big cat though. It was a big cat.
Very big cat. You think they have a very big kitty litter box somewhere in the back, hopefully separate from all the bags of the crabs? I don't know, probably not. That's the benefit, I suppose, of a robot cat, right? You don't have to worry about all that. People and pets have to be indoors tonight because we are expecting some freezing temperatures, especially east of Tucson. So we do have a First Alert Weather Day on the way with that freeze warning going into effect 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. And here's one of the reasons why: crystal clear skies right now. So we know that our temps are going to fall off pretty quickly. Now, that freeze warning does not include the Tucson area, but just keep in mind, it's a reminder that winter is here, or going to be here pretty soon, and those winter-like temps are going to be following suit. So right now, that freeze warning mainly impacting the lower elevations east of Tucson, so below the 5,000 foot level for portions of Greenlee, Graham, and Cochise counties, in particular the Wilcox and Benson area. 30 degrees is what you'll dip to tomorrow in the Wilcox area, then 33 for Benson. But notice 53 tomorrow morning for Tucson, Oro Valley, Marana, 50 in Green Valley. So Pinal, Pima, and Santa Cruz counties not a part of that freeze warning. But it's never too early to start getting in that frame of mind when temperatures are cold. You're going to want to make sure you find those frost cloths. If you live under that freeze warning, you definitely, before you go to bed, want to make sure you're covering up those sensitive plants. Make sure those outdoor pipes are wrapped. You never want to wait until we've got a widespread freeze on the way before you go and buy the foam or find those towels that you're going to use for that. Just gather those items now, even if you're not a part of that freeze warning, so you are prepared when one sometimes has a way of sneaking up on you. But we want to be the first to alert you to a round of weather whiplash on the way, and this is for Tucson. So this coming Thursday, we'll still be in the easy 80s, 85 degrees, putting us 9 above normal. But by Saturday, we will have dropped to 62. So we are talking a 23-degree drop in high temperatures in just about 2 days' time. And with this is going to come a chance for rain Friday and Saturday at 40%. So our high pressure over us now, keeping us warmer than normal, but as it starts to drift off to the east, that will make way for an incoming storm system. Here's a look at that future radar around noon on Friday. We start to notice it nudging into Arizona and then impacting southern Arizona by midday through evening Friday. It sticks around through Saturday with a good majority of the state picking up some semblance of rain, even a hint of high elevation snow, and then it moves out by Sunday. But notice we see another storm upstream that will eventually move in our direction as we head through the following work week. So just focused on this system alone, midday Thursday through midday Sunday, European guidance suggesting we could pick up about 0.8 of an inch of rain for Tucson. The GFS American model, on the other hand, has less than that, about half of that, with 0.4 being advertised. There's a look at your 7-day forecast. First Alert Weather Day tomorrow because of that freeze warning for parts of southern Arizona. But for the Veterans Day parade here in in Tucson, looking pretty nice. It will be breezy Thursday, and then have your umbrella handy Friday, Saturday. 40% chance you'll need it.
All right, bringing out those sweaters too, Erin. Finally, you know, I can wear them during the day. All right.
The 13 News Plaza, sponsored by Southern Arizona Pools. Live, local, late breaking. 13 News starts right now with a first alert weather day.
A cool down is on the way for southern Arizona. Freeze warning for some viewers makes this a first alert weather day. Here's a look outside from our Tucson mountains, or of them. We have a hard drop coming tonight though, Erin. A freeze watch kicks in. You know, you have a lot of information on that, and we are all ears.
Well, it's been upgraded to a more serious warning now, Valerie, and it does cover basically the upper Gila River Valley area, Sulphur Springs Valley, so primarily areas east of Tucson, below 5,000 feet in portions of Graham and Cochise counties and southern Greenlee County. So the areas that you see in purple there, kind of showing a bit more of the zones that National Weather Service puts out for those polygons, but in particular the Benson and Wilcox area, that is where we're anticipating temperatures at or below 32 degrees and for several hours at a time. So the warning goes into effect at 2 o'clock and continues through 9 tomorrow morning. And what we're talking about here, Wilcox at 30, 32 to 33 degrees for Benson, for instance, but low 40s in Tombstone, mid 40s in Bisbee. You'll notice, though, that Pinal, Pima, and Santa Cruz counties not a part of this. Tucson, we're not expecting freezing conditions. We'll dip to 53 tomorrow morning. So before you go to bed tonight, if you live under that warning, make sure people and pets are indoors, cover those sensitive plants, make sure those outdoor pipes are wrapped, and keep them wrapped for the remainder of the season. There's no harm in that. We're going to give you a closer look at what to expect for your Veterans Day coming up tomorrow.
And see you in a bit. We continue our shutdown coverage. And all right, if only we can negotiate the weather with Mother Nature sometimes. 13 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Erin Christiansen is back outside on the 13 News Plaza. And Erin, you know, I don't think many of us at this point would ask for a change. It's perfect.
Right now, we're smooth sailing in the 80s, really feeling pretty good. A little warm for us this time of year, but we do have a pretty big drop in temperatures coming. I might even call it around a weather whiplash as we head through the end of the work week on into the weekend. So if you're a fan of what we've got right now, try to get outdoors and enjoy this the next couple of days. That's about how long it's going to be sticking around for. But we definitely want to be the first to alert you to that freeze warning. We've been talking about it for a while. Goes into effect 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, continues through 9. It includes areas east of Tucson, basically the upper Gila River Valley area, Sulphur Springs, so below 5,000 feet for portions of Graham, Greenlee, and Cochise counties. Does not include Pinal, nor Pima, nor Santa Cruz County, so Tucson not a part of this. Tucson will dip to 53 degrees overnight, but Benson, by comparison, 20 degrees colder than that. So 33, if not 32 degrees in the Benson area, and then 30 in Wilcox. We're talking 42 for Tombstone, 45 Bisbee, 37 in the Douglas area. So you definitely want to make sure before you go to bed, just double check. People and pets have to be indoors on nights when it is this cold. Cover up those sensitive plants. Make sure those outdoor pipes are wrapped. And then this will lead us into our Veterans Day. Tomorrow, the parade begins at 11, but we know a lot of folks like to get out there early, pick the perfect spot to watch the parade. Or maybe you're lining up to participate in the parade. 7 a.m., 54 degrees, up to 79 at that start at 11 with partly cloudy skies. By 3 o'clock, mostly sunny and 85. And then throughout the course of the day, we'll eventually cool back to the low 70s after sunset. But tomorrow overall, our high in Tucson at 85. That'll put us 8 degrees above the normal mark. In fact, most of southern Arizona still running a good 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Marana, you'll also feel that 85, 84 in Oro Valley, but 79 in Wilcox, 76 for Bisbee, 85 in Sahuarita, 82 in Vail, but 90s still in Lukeville. And that round of weather whiplash I alluded alluded to, get this, Val, we will go from 85 degrees for a high on Thursday to 62 on Saturday. That is not an AI hallucination. Oh no. We have got a 23-degree drop in 48 hours time on the way. And Tucson's overnight lows are eventually going to dip into the 40s with this too. With it comes a chance you'll want the umbrella. 40% chance during the day Friday, 40% chance for rain on Saturday. Here's how it all plays out, kind of the bird's eye view of what's going on. High pressure keeping us warm now. Yeah, it's going to shift to the southeast, making way for this storm to move in. It'll nudge its way into Arizona Friday morning, across southern Arizona mid to late day through Friday night, and then linger through our Saturday. That'll give us a pretty decent chance at some widespread rain, and then it'll start to lift out as we head into our Sunday. By the way, there is also a chance for some high elevation snow with that storm system, primarily Friday night into early morning hours Saturday. There's your 7-day forecast. First alert weather day tomorrow because of that freeze warning for some first thing in the morning.
Yeah, you know, Erin, I'm glad you mentioned the AI hallucination, because I could just see people asking what the temperature is, like, Alexa, what's the temperature? And then Alexa actually says what the temperature is, and they're like, you're just hallucinating. That's not true.
Hallucinating.
But it's going to be. So, all right. Thank you, Erin.
The 13 News Plaza, sponsored by Southern Arizona Pools.
Erin?
85 degrees for your Veterans Day tomorrow. Freeze warning east of Tucson.
All right, stay with us.